Would Dolos have any prior knowledge about the sewers? Or at least this section of sewers?
I doubt
because of his previous employment. I don't know if you would have been told about it, but...
No, I don't think you would have been through... I think most of your work involved above ground.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And this, at least as far as you can tell, has been a development in relation to the cultists of the Dead Three, and not so much the Van Thampers necessarily.
Okay.
Although it does seem that, from what Jabaz said, that the Van Thampers do know that they're down here.
Okay.
So since you're able to just move your tokens freely, then as you go, I will kind of describe what you're seeing. To the south of you is a passage that leads south, then east. I know if you guys want to resolve the those of you without dark vision, I did give you 10 feet of vision. But if you would like expanded vision, then you can tell me if you're using a light source and what that light source is, and I will give you more vision.
I'll walk into the center and present the dagger that Gerard gave me and say, I'll be honest, I really don't have much use for this. Would anybody like this? It was given to me as a gift from Tobacco Man Gerard from upstairs. And I present the sheathed silver kind of wavy dagger.
Sylvie's just eyeballing it.
Delos is like, I'm good, I don't...
She's got, like, little daggers spinning around in her eyeballs.
I can't say none of that, and I kind of, like, lean it towards Sylvie.
Okay.
Yeah, take it, Sylvie. You deserve it.
You do.
Thank you guys.
I pass that dagger on to you.
Because you're
Thank
a
you.
friend.
Oh.
Oh. That's so sweet, guys. I've never had friends before.
We're friends?
Minus Dolos.
Yes.
Mine is so
Minus me. Good thing we cleared that out.
For this, because Bernard's not here, he is going to take up the rear, and he will participate in combat.
Oh my.
Just like the useless noble he is.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be guarded by the rest of us.
Hey, no insults when the PC is not present to insult you back.
My apologies, my apologies. It'll be a mental insult.
The spirit of Bernard, if you can hear us on stream, hi.
But what path are we going to go down?
Sylvie just starts walking.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, there's only one way. The other way is just a pool of rancid water.
Okay.
Rayleigh has some torches in his pack, so I will pull one out.
Okay.
Oh, Crilly doesn't have night vision?
Oh yeah, I can
I
pull
mean,
one
dark
out,
vision?
so-
I don't think they actually do.
You light a torch, Crayley?
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't need to use a flint thing. I could just use my
going
cloak
to
of Druidcraft.
I'm going to give your token temporarily torchlight for now. 20 torches, I believe, are 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim. So now you should be emitting light for everyone to see, actually.
I'd like
What my
one
dark
too,
vision is.
so people could see up front too.
You come to a door there, Sylvie. On that side, it bears a carving a ball, figure of a skull head rimmed with little dots.
Oh no, we left Bernard behind.
This particular carving is actually the full depiction of Baldo. So there's the skull head is hovering atop a powerfully depicted, the body of a powerfully built man with curved blades where his hands should be.
Why is he so ugly?
And I don't know if are you being limited by the door there? Your movement?
I think so. I mean, oh wait, no.
I moved it for you.
Good. Where'd he go? There I am.
The same depiction is on the other side of the door. You find that this chamber is empty, but it is not bereft of decor, and carved into each of these 3 doors is actually a full-figure depiction of one of the dead 3. The east door is a carving of Bane, the lawful evil. Well, I guess I don't need to tell what they are. But you see a depiction of a tall armored man wearing a bucket helm. His right gauntlet is painted black and clutches a set of shackles. And the south door has a carving of Merkel. It is portrayed as a cloaked figure whose face is hidden under a cowl, and his skeletal hand is clutching a screaming human skull.
Oh, my friend.
And then the passage here goes to the west as well.
Do you say "oh my friend" out loud?
Yeah, no. It's like a whisper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Passive perception of 10.
Passive perception of 10. Okay.
Are these doors unlocked?
They seem to be. Sylvie, as you kind of head down that hall, some steps go down, and you can see that it goes down into more murkish water. You can see you can see on the back wall down there, in kind of hanging above the surface of the water, is a dry alcove with a 5-foot wide, 7-foot tall tapestry that depicts a grisly scene of 4 faceless figures ripping apart a 5th figure, who is like letting out a scream in the image.
Oh my god.
You keep going as you move past the tapestry. You find yourself in a room with 3 wooden beams that brace the ceiling of this flooded chamber. You know, there's white limestone all around you. The features of the stone altar here are covered in entrails. There's a big stone altar, big white stone altar, covered in entrails, stained in blood. And hanging on the wall above the altar is a 3-foot tall steel mask cast in the form of a frowning human skull.
Oh, for some reason I have access to Krayley's character, which is why I can see everywhere he goes.
Because I gave Krayley a torch, so they have their.
No, I mean his actual character sheet. I checked, and I can actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
You
Oh,
have
my secrets?
access to everyone.
Oh.
I thought I changed that, but
Don't worry, I just checked right now. I didn't actually snoop through your thing.
it should. You guys should be able to see each other's character sheets, but not access them.
No, for some reason I have access.
I'll update it. Can you access anyone else's?
Now I don't see Krayley's character moving around everywhere anymore, since I'm far away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't think I should, because I only see myself now. If I had access to other people's, I would be able to have. I would also have the original.
Okay, gotcha. So in the chamber you're all currently in, there's a altar covered in entrails in the corner. There's a big steel mask cast in the form of a human skull hanging above the altar.
I see it too.
And
This is the altar, right?
yes, that's the altar.
Can I investigate it?
Sure.
Yeah,
make,
I would like to investigate too.
go ahead.
Then I would like to assist. I would like to assist Sylvie in her investigation.
Yeah, go ahead. Make an investigation check with advantage there, Sylvie.
Okay.
Yay!
Let's go.
You can clearly see that this is a stone altar dedicated to Baal, the Lord of Murder. It's likely that these entrails were left on the altar as an offering to the god.
What are all the things on there again?
Entrails, which is like intestines, liver. There's like a liver. There's a shriveled, like ripped heart ripped in half. with that investigation check, you can see that the water here is particularly dark, and you can see something floating in the room beyond
Oh god.
to the
Oh no, it's a turd.
west of you. Yeah. Might as well be.
Is
You
it
can-
possible to I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Is it possible to desecrate this altar by either like slashing out the symbol of ball like across with like a dagger or something and
Make a religion check.
religion?
Those are ways that you could desecrate the altar. If you had some holy water, that would also be sufficient.
Aha! I'm gonna use my mace and my dagger to cross out the. Wait, is balls the one with the skull face? Those all those little red jewels.
Yeah, actually, above the altar, there's like a steel mask embedded in the wall. That's like a skull, like the visage of Baal.
Okay, well, wherever the holy symbol is, I'm gonna start chiseling.
Yeah, you start bashing away at it.
There's a smiley face in there.
You can tell that what's floating in the other room there, Krayley, is it appears to be a human corpse face down in the water. Seems bloated and shirtless. There's a large knife wound in his back.
But no knife.
No knife.
Okay.
Oh no, that's gonna get infected. Even though it's already too late.
Probably where most of these entrails came from.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. While they're like exploring that room, I think Dulles would have gone into this miracle chamber.
Sure.
Ooh.
You see, as you enter the room to the south of you, Dulles, lying on the floor of this otherwise empty room are three pale bodies of what seem to be humanoids in filthy black robes. They're kind of arranged in a triangular formation, and there's a lit torch that lies between the three of them. You see a rough-hewn staircase that leads down to another torch-lit chamber to the west. As you take a few steps in, I would say... hold on, go back to where you were. As you take a few steps in, what did you say your passive perception was?
Let me check. I don't actually know. It is 11.
You take a few steps in, and then you see, just before you're about to be struck with something, one of the bodies move. And instead of getting a surprise attacked by two of these dead, or these figures lying on the ground, we'll just roll into initiative.
Oh no.
They were playing dead.
Of course they were.
So I guess why doesn't everyone... Bernard's kind of close enough, so he shouts down the hallway as you, Dolos, are kind of startled but not surprised by these three figures that were lying on the ground, hoping to catch somebody off guard.
So all of us, right?
Yeah, everyone.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Bernard, no.
Say it that Krayley tries to throw their torch at the altar just to keep the light going, but I assume we'll probably land in the water. Oh damn.
You can place it.
Gingerly
Well, I'm just like,
places
it's
it in the
combat,
flesh.
woo!
You could set it on the altar in such a way that it bounces on the entrails and doesn't topple into the water. if you'd like.
You just make like a little
I guess I'd prefer to throw it.
Sure, okay, yeah. Make a sleight of hand check.
How macabre.
Yeah, it lands over there.
Ooh.
Kind of like tumbles and gets. There's like a little squish sound, and it gets stuck in some bloody intestines.
And now some of them are cooking.
Yep, they'll start to sizzle and smell like burning flesh soon enough, for sure.
I love that smell.
This is not traditional menudo.
Okay. Krayley, you're up. You hear Bernard shout, there's some fighting down here.
And I know Bernard is behind us.
Yeah, you hear his voice kind of echo around the corner. Through the limestone halls.
Okay. I guess with my full movement, I'm here and I don't necessarily see any enemies, so I just have my bow drawn and ready to go.
Okay.
I guess I shout, where are they? Where are they?
One of these servants of Merkel, these jagged robed humanoids, they all kind of stand. One of them pulls a skull-shaped flail from out of their robes and stands and swings it at you there, Dolos.
Of course.
You take 7 bludgeoning damage as they just crack you right upside the head as they roll a 20.
Okay.
And
Lovely.
I'm not dead yet.
another one stands. The other one on the other side of you. The same thing. They pull their skull from beneath their robes and they try to strike you as well. They kind of begin their swing just as they're getting to their feet, and it goes just kind of right past your face. You just like feel the tip kind of like brush past your nose of your mask, and it's your turn.
Okay. Delos is like, I think upon being a little startled, facial expression behind his mask, he's like, whoa. Why are you attacking me? Don't you see I'm a fellow follower of Merkel? I swear, if you fools had any consciousness, this would not happen. I'll make sure Amric and Motlock have your heads for this.
You hear one of them say, maybe what you say is true, but can you say the same for your friends?
Oh, if you had not attacked me, they wouldn't have found out. If you let me pass, you can deal with them. They're pretty flimsy.
Flimsy, huh?
And to say we are friends is a terrible, terrible distinction.
One of the other ones says, there's nowhere else for you to go but the grave.
Oh, Miracle. I know death is the end, but these fools, they don't even deserve that. And I think he'll just cast sleep.
Yeah, go for it.
I will.
Okay.
Seeing as none of them have taken damage yet, we'll just start with the one closest to you. One of them, the first one that struck you upside the head, he falls to the floor of the chamber. His foot kind of bumps the torchlight, spinning it around, casting strange shadows on the walls as it moves. And unfortunately, that's only enough for one of the 3.
It's okay.
You could have got 2 of them if that 2 or 3 was a little higher.
I know. Am I good to move right there though?
Yep, yeah, for sure.
Okay, and that's my turn. That's my turn.
Cool. Tanwak.
Ray, let's see. As I move, I'm gonna ask the DM why I have 3 sorcery points on level 2. I'll figure that out later.
How many are you supposed to have?
Sorcerer 2, the actual class says supposed to have 2 at 2nd level, but the character generator set me at 3.
I don't know. It's probably just an error of the character sheet.
That, or I was also trying to look through like my class abilities and see if there's something extra, but we can figure that out later.
Yeah.
I'll just put it down to 2 for right now. All right. I can't go any further unless I double move. I'm gonna double move. So it's 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Merkel's down here.
I would say as an emissary, a herald of the end of the world, through prophecy and blessings alike, maybe Tanwak has just been granted 3 sorcery points at level 2, and don't worry about it too much.
All right, don't ask questions. I just don't out of the procedure.
Well, that's why you are just awarded with an extra sorcery point, because honesty always pays.
Okay, is Merkel down this way to the south?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I can move 2 more. Okay, I don't want to go in that room. I just managed to peek in there, but I mean, like, the door's open. I should be able to see in there, but I can't unless I like scooch through the threshold.
Let me. I'll move the. I'll move the barrier.
Now let's see. I have 1 spell left.
Oh no.
Oh, sure. You know what? Fine. I'll guiding bolt that guy.
Okay.
Let me bring up the spells.
Love to see it.
Nope, I almost clicked on Hand of Radiance on accident.
Your bolt of divine energy goes a little high. It kind of like the door's kind of like moving on its hinge a little bit as Dolos came through, and there's some commotion from the fighting and stuff, and it still kind of has some momentum, so it's kind of.
Oh wait, no, I
there.
can't even use it because I double moved. Whoops.
Oh, you took a.
Yeah, no, I double
dash.
moved.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
Just reverse time, really quick.
Yeah, say a little prayer, and roll better next turn, I guess. Because that would have been a miss.
There's ugly things in here.
This third one in the room with you, Dolos, you see him raise. He's got like a skull on a chain, and he raises it up in the air, and you see the eyes get little blue flames that fire up in them, and he whispers some arcane incantation under his breath, and you kind of feel a cold chill run down your spine, but you are unaffected. Sylvie.
Okay. I think I'm gonna follow suit and take a double movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, buddy.
Oh, you can. Well, you not say you could shove me out of the way, but I guess like you can occupy my space, and I'll get shunted this way if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. I think, where did his character sheet go? Okay, there we go. He's going to swing across, and he does strike for 4 slashing. Let me see.
The unconscious one or the other one?
To the one straight across from him. He's going to use the range of his glaive, yeah.
Oh.
dealing with the active threats first. I think that's what Bernard would do. Maybe he will... no, he's not going to take an opportunity attack. He'll just go fully in the room. And Krayley.
I see everybody run past me, so I'm gonna go 20, 30. And I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay 30 feet, which is my movement. And then I do see that one is asleep to the left of Krayley, so I'm going to attack the one directly to the right of Bernard. So I'm going to bring that up. Just with a ranged attack. To the right of Bernard.
14, yes, will certainly hit. You stick one of the acolytes with an arrow. The sleeping guy remains sleeping. The one between you and Bernard there, Dolos, is going to make a strike at you with his flail.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls a natural 20. You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
4? Oh.
He kind of grabs his... he puts his hand on the base of his mace and swings with all his force, and he just cracks you right in the chest with his skull flail. 4 bludgeoning. And it's your turn.
Okay, Dolos is fucked up. Seeing as how the situation has gone very bad for him, he will take out his rapier and attack the guy in front of him, the one who just attacked him.
Yeah. 15 is a hit. You slide your blade into the acolyte for 7 piercing damage. Kind of groans.
Yeah. If I move, I'll go out of his space, correct?
He'll make an opportunity attack, yeah.
Okay, then I'll do I want to move? No, I'll stay. I'll be logical.
Tanawak.
Okay, now I cast Guiding Bolt for real this time. On this guy.
Yeah.
The bolt of energy kind of zooms over Krayley's head, takes a little trip around Bernard, and it strikes the acolyte in full force. He kind of like tries to hold up his skull that he has on the end of his chain, his casting focus in front of him to like block some of the force of your spell, but as it collides with the casting focus, it kind of like absorbs into your guiding bolt, absorbs in and just shatters the skull. Little shards of it like pepper into his face, and there's a flash of light, and he falls to the ground.
1 down. Well, 2 more to go. Hold on, let me see. Sorcery point. Can I get an additional sacrifice? Let's see. Is sacrificing sorcery points to add a spell slot? Is that a? Oh, it's a bonus action. I'll use a bonus action to recoup a level 1 spell slot.
Nice.
And I end my turn.
Sylvie.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask if I could do something because in my mind it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's possible. Can I kind of like yell at Krayley, spread his leg, and can I slide underneath and try to stab the guy on this side?
Yeah. You just want to do a little acrobatic maneuver?
Yeah.
Sure.
Krayley accepts it. Krayley is here for it.
You take a little you push off your back foot and get a little force of momentum going as you slide. Krayley does a little hop. I don't even think I'm going to make you roll for it. As you kind of slide under Krayley as he hops over you, you come up and you try to stab the last guy.
I could use a rabbit hop if that helps.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll use that. Just
Oh no.
it's one of my bonus actions, so I'll use that. Just as a-
Are you
Sure,
using your normal dagger or the +1 dagger?
The +1. I added the +1 into it. I just forgot to put that it was
okay.
+1.
Okay. Oh, so then that would be a +7 to hit?
No, my original one was +5.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Then you just miss. But you slide into the room.
Hell yeah.
And I looked really cool doing it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bernard will try to put this follower down, but this guy seems to have a little pep in his step, and he's kind of there just narrowly dodging all of your attacks as you kind of all pile in down on top of him. Krayley, you're up.
So, just in case, Krayley's going to use their second rapid hop to jump 10 feet without opportunity of attack and go 5, 10. So that's okay. Just to be out of the way, and then attack the guy directly across from Krayley and Bernard. This individual right here. I guess the guy directly across from Dolos and Bernard. I can't remember how to ping right now. But
Yeah, go for it. Just the guy that's still up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the guy sleeping over there.
Yeah.
Mm.
13 to hit?
Not great. Yes.
Yep. Yep, as you kind of hop in, you do your own little maneuver, you kind of hop over, and as you're like going between Sylvie and Bernard, you let your arrow go, and it hits the guy right in his chest, and he topples over. And all you have left is the unconscious acolyte.
You got blood on my robe, Krayley.
I roll my eyes and
There's a little partially collapsed chamber down the little set of steps there. You can see a stone sarcophagus that was opened already. It seems as though it was opened already. There's a lit torch on the floor, and the unconscious slept Mercolite follower.
Question: how much does that healing potion heal for?
2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Okay. Oh, he's not almost dead. Well, thank you guys.
we hear that?
Are we technically out of combat?
Out of combat, the dungeon sound returns.
Alright,
So we hear
Sylvie,
thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. Sylvie, cautiously starts to walk down the stairs looking for trap because she doesn't trust anything in dungeon.
They're making an investigation check.
Okay.
Or perception, I guess, either one.
Okay.
You don't see any traps as far as you can tell.
Boy, okay.
Whoa, whoa.
Alright, I don't see anything. I'm gonna go.
Okay. I think,
I trust Sylvie.
yeah.
You know what?
Clearly, are you gonna go with Sylvie, or do you
Yeah.
want to help me with this guy? Okay.
I'm gonna trust Sylvie.
The does seem like the stone sarcophagus has already been opened. Inside of it, there's like a pile of dust and humanoid bones.
Is it just Sylvie and I in this room?
It looks like it right now. Yeah.
Okay. I do want to ask Sylvie. I just assumed just the two of us in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Why she went to bed earlier when we were at Lighthearts. It's just been a burning question for her.
Kind of a touchy subject. Not something I really like to talk about.
Okay.
Everything's
Okay.
fine though.
I'll make an insight check, but I will hold up the torch. I'll pull out another torch and hold it for Sylvie, but I will make an insight check.
Sure.
I like that Krilly is inside of a wall.
Oh, absolutely. Grayley is so skinny.
He's the size of an actual rabbit.
A real watership down.
I don't know. Are you being deceptive in some way, Sylvie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for deception?
Yeah. If you don't want him to know that you're being deceptive.
Okay.
Let's go.
It seems that it seems that Sylvie's what she says just seems to be at face value true.
Okay. I trust Sylvie and I hold the torch higher so Sylvie can see better while we're in this
She
room.
has the tiniest bit of gill.
Sylvie, why don't you go ahead and, as Crayley's holding the torch up to give you some more light, why don't you make another perception check? We'll call it with advantage since you're getting some help with the light here.
Okay.
Torch is here.
You said perception?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay.
You're kind of looking around. I don't know if Sylvie would be one to, like, go poking around in a pile of dust and bones, necessarily, like with her hands. I don't know.
Oh no, she's definitely gotten her hands dirty before.
Oh, okay. Well, you're kind of, like, looking in the sarcophagus, and the lid's missing, and kind of looking around, and you do notice that, like, just barely sticking out of the edge of some of the dust, which you recognize is probably actually more like ash, not dust. You notice like the edge of a book sticking out of the dust and the bones inside of the sarcophagus.
Found something, and then I pull it out.
Yeah, as you pull it out, you stick your hand in there, you pull it out. What you pull out is a book bound in red leather. And as the pile of ash and bones kind of topple as you displace it with pulling that book out, you notice two other books inside the pile of dust and bones. You notice another one has a rune emblazoned on the book binding. That same rune is also burned into the umber-colored cover of the book. And there is a third book that is bound in scaly black reptile hide.
Ooh.
All three of these, if you open them, are spell books.
Can I like skim through them?
Sure.
See if I see anything out of.
I hold the
Wait.
torch up.
Do you know Undercommon?
I think so. Let me double check. Yeah, I do.
The book that is bound in scaly reptile hide is all written totally in Undercommon. Contains the following spells. I have a loot handout for the entire dungeon at the end, so you don't have to record those spells. I'll hand it out later. Do you know Celestial?
No, I don't.
You can't read that one. The book is penned, it seems, in a language of not of your understanding. The one with the runes burned into the cover and the binding of the book. And do you know Infernal?
Yes.
You can read the spells in the red leather book as well.
Awesome.
Oh, I know Celestial.
You do?
Yeah.
That's
Tanawaki, you can read the spells in the third book.
Third book is book. You said book 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Or, well, book 2, but doesn't really matter. It's arbitrary. I'll mark the languages in the loot. The languages are written in the loot handout that I give to you guys at the end. You get the impression that maybe these have just been pilfered from random people the cultists have killed over time.
Bet this guy was a librarian.
You still do have the sleeping one. What do you guys want to do with that one? I think just because... I think probably as you guys are like digging through the sarcophagus before anyone even can realize, Bernard is just like put his weapon in that sleeping one's head.
Bernard.
I think Dolos would be looting them as the other three are like searching the sarcophagus.
The two that the one that you slept and the other one still have their spellcasting focuses. They are like human skulls on the end of these dark iron chains. They also have their weapons, which are flails with metal skulls at the ends of them. You can also make an investigation check.
I would love to make an investigation check, but I would also like to say that Dolos would be taking one of their spellcasting focuses.
Cool.
And I assist him in an investigation check if he wants me to assist him. I mean, if he allows me to assist him.
That's up to you. I'm like, if you guys are going to do your thing, I'm going to do some snooping around as well.
Oh, well, you know, I like investigating. I like investigating, so I'll assist in investigating. That means you get advantage.
Investigating's fun.
You can roll a second time, just in case you hit that nat 20.
Okay. With my luck, I doubt it, but let's see. Maybe it'll be good.
Close.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
You find a bit of copper. These guys don't have much coin on them, it seems. But in one of their pockets of their robes, you do find a little potion bottle with a silvery liquid inside of it.
Oh. Okay.
You can make an Arcana check if you wanted to try and identify it.
I would love to do that because I don't want to drink something I don't know what it is.
You
Whatever
recognize
the first one is.
Yeah. You recognize this as a potion of heroism.
Ah.
Ooh.
After drinking, you have 10 temp HP, and you are under the effects of a bless spell. No concentration required.
Interesting. Alright.
And disregard that last part.
Okay.
It's like a metallic-y, like mercury type color.
Okay. Yeah, I think those should just stash the spellcasting focus. And yeah, just get a good look at these guys.
25 copper as well.
45?
25.
20. Okay.
And, it seems as though, as far as you can tell, there's only one way forward. Through the eastern door that bears the carving of Bane.
So who's gonna lead us?
Well, there's nothing else here, so
Great, I'll follow.
Crayley will provide some light.
The light of our life.
Well, like, call it a torch.
let's go.
As you're heading down the hall, as you pass through the door, with the marking of Bane upon it, as you get farther and farther down the hallway, make a perception check. There, Sylvie. Or what's your passive perception?
It is 12.
You can hear a couple of voices. You hear somebody say, "Come on, stab him again. I need a little bit more blood to finish my shield." And then you hear like some chains rattling and a groan. Ugh. Please just finish me.
She signals at everyone to like crouch down and be quiet, and then she kind of starts sneaking up ahead.
I'm gonna use my cloak to snuff out the torch.
You hear another voice say, "Shut up, worm!" And you hear a loud cracking sound of almost like somebody being hit in the jaw with something hard.
Also, since Crayley's blind in the dark, I'm gonna help guide him.
Thank you. This torch goes out.
If you guys are trying to approach quietly, why don't you make some stealth checks as well?
Okay.
As you move down the steps, you notice that you're going down into 2 feet of water once again.
Delos is also trying to see if he recognizes any of the voices.
Oh, I forgot to turn advantage off.
Make a insight check.
Okay.
Man, I'm the least stealthy one here.
You are wearing bling.
It's got a point.
My fucking bracelets are just like cutting, cutting, cutting.
You do recognize one of the voices. You recognize the voice of the person who sounds like they're being tortured. You know them as a man by the name of Clem Jasso, and he's been at the Van Pamper Estates a few times.
Okay, Clem.
Yeah, he's just a noble that's been around.
Okay. Wonderful.
You guys creep down into the water. Actually, what you see in this room is the eastern part of the room is unlit and flooded. The room is braced with floor-to-ceiling wooden beams, and there are some rough-hewn steps that rise out of the murky water to the western portion. Over there, you see that it is dry, and it is lit by 2 torches in sconces that flank a stone altar. And you see a man shackled to the wall behind the altar. He looks sickly, and he's in nothing but a loincloth, and he has a burlap sack pulled over his head. You see there's a little alcove in the north wall containing a freestanding suit of plate armor that's missing its helm. And you see 2 figures standing before the altar, 2 grim figures. One is a powerfully built woman clutching a mace, and you see an even bigger man wearing a bucket helm. And the helmed man is jabbing the prisoner with a spear, causing him to twitch. You see both figures clad in chainmail armor, and the woman carries a wooden shield, and she's like holding her hand up to the man's many wounds that are bleeding, and she's kind of finishing a painting of a leering skull painted on her shield in blood, and she kind of finishes she encircles and kind of finishes her piece of artwork, and she says, she kind of holds it up proudly. She says, "Well, what do you think, Yig? It's my best work yet."
Yig?
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she says.
Could you spell it just so I have it correct?
Y-I-G, Yig.
Okay.
Yig.
Thank you.
And the man says, looks pretty good, Gazira. Wait, do you hear something? And one of them hears Tanawak's little splashing footsteps. They turn, their full figures like outlining in the flashing torch sconces behind them.
The only one that can see me is this chick. And if that's the buckethead guy, then he can also see me too. If he looks that way.
The one with the spear says, looks like there's a rat lost in the sewers. This one's about bled out. Let's hang him up. And why don't you go ahead and roll initiative?
Oh, okay.
Guess Bernard.
Oh, so low.
Bernard's up here.
Dolos, your robes are slowing you down. They're just absorbing all the muck water.
I know. I gotta get better clothing.
Rayleigh, obviously, is the fastest one here.
Yes, the bunny.
Where's Gerard? Anything, Miss Gerard?
I know, when he said that a rat got lost in the sewer, I thought he was being racist against Crayley. Everyone's racist against Crayley. Why?
I don't know why.
I think mine is more of a classism instead of a racism. But...
Well, at this point, really he's used his jump, so he's gonna go. 15, 20. Crayley's gonna go here for his movement. And then he's just gonna draw his bow and fire his weapon. Give me 1 second here. Bam. Against the bottom left individual.
The one with the blue marker?
I'm a little colorblind, so.
Oh, are you? Oh, I know
Yeah.
there's a command for that. I'll have to
That's fine.
I'll have to figure that out.
Is
The south one, the lower one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Um,
Purple, blue.
blue. It's blue.
Blue.
You kind of skirt around the pillars. You fire a shot up, striking the large woman with your arrow. She tries to hold her shield up, but doesn't quite get it up in time, and it kind of like just goes right in between her guard and gets her in the chest for 7 piercing. Tanwak.
I smite the unpleasant-looking woman, and I'm going to guiding bolt her.
You go for the same person?
Yeah, the chick.
Yeah. Bolt of light streaks for 9 radiant damage. She again just tries to block with her shield, but just can't quite move in time. With their heavy armor and being a little surprised, not expecting anyone to sneak up behind them. The large helmeted gentleman kind of lumbers.
Oh yeah, and I move over here. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Lumbers forward. They try to jab at you with their spear there, Sylvie.
They always come after me.
18 hits you. Yes?
Yeah.
They jab you for 10 piercing. And then you hear the ruffled voice of the man under his helm say, "Strike." And one of the gauntlets of the armored statue missing the helm floats up in the air and tries to pummel you.
Oh my god.
And you take 7 bludgeoning damage as well.
I'm down. I'm down, guys.
No, no.
Oh my god.
You guys see Sylvie collapse into the murky water. There's now this hovering gauntlet beside the large, burly man who's now turning his spear to find his next target. Sylvie, make a death save for me.
Okay.
1 success.
Good.
You're kind of, you fall unconscious, your vision goes dim. The last thing you really feel is like your body submerging in cold, wet water. I guess water's always wet. Cold water that just envelops your body. And then there's just kind of like this haunting little voice. It sounds really far away right now, but you managed to resist following it. Bernard sees you fall. He's going to reach into the water that you're submerged in and pull you up and try and set you leaned up against the limestone. And he's going to make a medicine check to try to stabilize you. You have 1 success already for your death saving, so this is going to be a DC 10 to DC 10 medicine check for him to stabilize you.
Okay.
So you are stabilized. You're no longer making death saving throws. You are simply unconscious.
All right.
Then he will finish his move. Dolos.
Dolos, seeing what's going on, does not like how this is going to go. Moves 15, 20. Is going to cast. He doesn't want to do it, but he's going to cast Sleep at like the 2 guards. And then just like hide over here.
Ooh, 27 is pretty good. What's the radius of the sleep spell? It's like a 20-foot.
It's 20 feet, but he's trying to aiming it to only get the 2 guards, if that's possible.
Can you click the text for sleep for me?
The what?
spell text.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to see if it can affect non-humanoid objects.
Yeah.
My guess is no, but might as well make sure. Hit points of creatures. Starting with the creature. Creature is the language it uses. Creature. I would say that this thing counts as a creature. The woman falls to the floor in front of the altar, and the gauntlet clatters to the ground. Sorry, just sleep. And the gauntlet clatters to the steps, and then rolls down into the water as well. The big burly man is unaffected. Krayley. The Iron Consul of Bane simply says you're going to regret all of this.
Well, Krayley wants to just go ahead and draw their bow and attack the, green individual in front of them between Bernard and Sylvie. Just the, green individual. Draw their bow and attack. Which I think would be with disadvantage, but could be wrong.
It is because you're within 5 feet. You could elect to take an attack of opportunity and step back one, or...
I'll do the disadvantage.
You, try to notch an arrow and fire, and you do, but he's kind of there in front of the three of you, just kind of altering between pushing with his spear, and he kind of turns and knocks the tip of your arrow, and it kind of shoots off the other direction. Anything else?
Nope. That'll be it.
Hanwak.
Hooray, I'm out of spells! Oh. I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to pop that healing potion I got earlier, and I'm gonna make Sylvie chug it.
Hell yeah.
I'm alive!
It what does
2d4 plus 2, yes. You can give an ally a potion with an action.
2d4 plus 2. Let's see how much he heals. He heals 9.
I say, bless your soul.
I am a blessed soul.
Sylvie, as you feel the life force rush back into you from the magical healing potion, you just barely hear that faint call far off in the darkness. Not call. You can't really tell what it says, but you do recognize it as the voice of your sister. And you wake up.
Hey girl, let's go shopping.
Let's see. They see you prone there against the wall. I'm so sorry, Sylvie, but they see Tanwak give you a potion, and they drive their spear back down at you. Because technically you're kind of prone, and they say, I don't think that it's your time to live it was your time to die, and we're going to keep it that way. And he's going to make an attack at you again with advantage.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
You take 8 piercing damage. He rolls a natural 20. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's okay.
DM, that's like your
She's
7th
not
natural
down.
20. I don't think this is natural.
You can check the video later to keep me honest if you like. But yeah,
No, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying it's roll 20.
this just happens to me sometimes. Like there's some sessions where it's like brutalized. I have a history of this.
Roll 20 just likes DMs more.
He does say, you do hear him mumble, though, under his breath, strike. And the other gauntlet of the statue flies over and tries to swing at Bernard. For 2 bludgeoning damage. Oh, no, he's got AC 20. He's fine. Sully, you're up.
Okay. Am I still basically prone?
Yeah, you're prone. Your back's against the wall. You're waist deep in sludge water.
Can I use the rest of the strength that I have to try and like drive this dagger into his shin?
Sure.
Kind of
Getting a whole new definition to shin splints.
Okay.
You drive your dagger down, kind of just goes all the way into his foot. You can feel the tip of the blade strike with the limestone steps. He lets out a yell. You kind of like twist your blade down. Gets 7 piercing. I don't know why I always think that you're a rogue.
I am.
Are you?
A rogue
Yeah,
bard.
I'm a
Do you-
rogue and a bard.
Oh, well, you should get sneak dice as well, because your companion is within 5 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So roll an extra d6. Nice. 11 total damage. You see blood start to pour out of the tear in his leather boot, spilling down the steps into the water. I think Bernard will swing with his glaive. And I think if I don't smite here, then Bernard will be mad at me later, so we'll give a Divine Smite as well. Which will be, since you rolled a natural 20, 48 radiant damage.
Oh, 4D.
God.
So that's 17,
God.
27, 37, 38.
So basically 40.
This guy has to die.
You see, Renard. He gets his hand down low, and he brings it back. And as he does, like light begins to charge all through the haft of his weapon. As he brings it down, it all shoots up into the blade, and there's like a crack of energy that just splits right through the guy's helm like butter, straight into his forehead, splitting him down to his neck. Like the two sides of the helm like fall off and clatter to the limestone, and you can just see like brain. One of his eyeballs is like hanging out of the socket, and he drops his spear to the ground. It like rolls down the steps into the water, and he perishes horribly, brutally. And when he does, the gauntlet floating in the air tumbles to the ground as well. We will.
He just kind of chuckles.
We will wrap up the. There's a decent amount left of the dungeon, so I think this is a good place to wrap up the session after this combat here. I will tell you that. Well, why don't you guys go ahead and say what you'd like to do?
Loot.
Loot.
Yeah, check to see if that guy's still alive. The medicine check.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check. He
I don't
is.
know why it double clicked.
You can. He's like raspily breathing. You can tell he's still alive, but he is unconscious now. I will tell you that the spear of the man that Bernard splintered into is magical. I won't make you like role play figuring that out. But you will have to identify it.
Okay. Delos just goes up to this unconscious woman, just like slits her throat. Does not want to deal with this.
Damn.
Also, give me just an investigation check for the looting.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
The chainmail that the woman with the shield was wearing is a +1 chainmail. It's magical as well.
Nice.
These two also had a bit more money on them,
Hell yeah.
seeing as they're both equipped with a magical item. And between the two of them, you find 33 gold pieces.
Okay.
So currently, you guys are partially through this underground complex underneath the steaming nymph. You have encountered, it seems as though followers of so far Merkel and Bane, two different sects of what they refer to as the Dead Three. You have found a dead follower of Baal, his entrails seemingly used to make a sacrifice upon the altar. There is still more for you to explore here, where we will pick up next week. You can try and wake this noble up and see if he has anything to say. Delos, you do recognize his voice more than the way he looks in his current condition. He's fairly emaciated and he's dirty and grimy and bloody. That's where we'll pick up next week. So thank you all for attending, and you have survived so far the Dungeon of the Dead 3.
Barely.
If you guys do complete this, you will be level 3. So by the end of next week, you guys should get a level up.
Hooray!
Let's go.
But I'll catch y'all next week, and I hope you have a good evening.